one with the divinity. And this is very, very important. Okay? So my idea is that these are times where we need to practice, practice, practice trusting. We cannot engage with doubts. We cannot engage with criticism, judgments, beliefs. Okay? We cannot engage with any type of memories. So no matter what happens, I let go. I trust. For example, yesterday, because there will be a natural disaster, but there will be other things that will happen because of going through for our liberation and our ascension and things like that and this new earth. So it's part of the journey, yeah, that we have to go through, and we have to trust all the way. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna look in my books every time that I say trust. Yeah, and I counted like in the zero frequency book, my last book, I mentioned the word trust like 139 times. Yeah. So for the Spanish live, I prepared, the easiest way to live and zero frequency. And I couldn't even finish with the 139 times that I mentioned it in my zero frequency book. So I'm gonna go through that with you. So to somehow review, yeah, what is it about trusting? What is it that I need to know? What is it that I need to recall, somehow about trusting? Because that's all we need to do right now. And stay as present as we can, in balance and connected as much as we can. That's it. No matter what happens. So, for example, last night we had an earthquake here in Los Angeles. It wasn't as strong in whatever you call it in the scale, but it felt very strong. And you know what? In that moment, I have it, clear, because I know that will happen things. So, and I connected with Mother Earth, like giving permission to Mother Earth to do whatever, and knowing that Mother Earth is taking care of me, knowing that God is with me. And in that time, again, this was like a practice, yes, because nothing happened. But the most important is that when the big one comes or something happens, from the sun or whatever, a lot of things that we've been talking about that could happen as part of this journey, that I just stay, yes. So I was kind of giving permission to Mother Earth to do whatever, and knowing that I was safe. And it's a great feeling, you just stay there. You're present with the movement, you're present with the noises, you're present with everything, but you're just one with God, knowing that there is nothing you need to worry about. You just trust. Yeah. And I want you to know that when you practice this, you can become invisible. Did you know that? So you can even say, I just want to be invisible, and you will be surprised. The other day, somebody was telling me, this was a real story. Something, that I think they told me this in Mexico, that some people assaulted a bus or something like that, and they were robbing the passengers. And this person just says, "Make me invisible," and she was skipped. The robbers never saw her. She was skipped. So, I laugh, but this is serious, serious stuff. See, things that we can do, that we have the power to do. Okay, so this is the plan. If you accept, we are going to read or say, "I am the I." We are going to do the breathing, and then we are going to, again, review, remember, remind us, yeah, about trusting, yeah, from my zero frequency book. Are you in? Okay. I am the I. I come forth from the I come forth from the I come forth from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that emptiness, that hollowness beyond all consciousness. The I, the id, the all. I draw my bow of rainbows across the waters, the continuum of minds with matters. I am the uncoming and outgoing of breath, the incoming and outgoing of breath, the invisible, untouchable breath, the undefinable atom of creation. I am the I. I was so emotional in Mexico. As we were reading I am the I couldn't. I was okay. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, breathing ha. So a little girl asked me in Mexico, why seven? Maybe because seven for Hawaiians it's one with God. Okay? So remember, one with God. Yes, God, you, and then the intellectual finger, the one that knows, we invite this finger too. So three fingers, we put them together, but then we interlock it. Yeah? So we form the infinity sign. We put it on the legs, we put the back straight, feet on the floor. We are gonna inhale and exhale through the nose. We are gonna count. Yes? So while we do this, we don't think of the problem, we don't repeat anything, we just count. Again, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. I inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I hold my breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one time. We do that 7 times. Okay? When you do it on your own, if you feel 8, 9, 10, follow your heart, follow your inspiration, trust yourself. Okay? So remember, fingers, eyes closed. We do the 7 round 7 times. Go. Thank you. Para esos que andan preguntando por español, español ya lo hice, era a las 11 de Los Ángeles, pero está grabado, lo pueden ver ahí. Siempre pasa. Okay, so a lot of people always during the English, when in Spanish, I don't understand English. Yeah, so my people are there helping sometimes. See, the Spanish is over. It was before. But like the Spanish or the English, they are recorded and then we upload it in YouTube too. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being live with Mabel Katz. In Mexico, the thing that I heard the most is, Mabel, this was a different seminar. It's always a different, but after the pandemic, I knew it. And I said, Mabel, you are different. I say, how? I don't know, you're different. And I think, what I'm different of? If I had to define it, whatever I understood for different or how I felt different, maybe, because I knew in my heart that so much goes on in the seminar that we don't appreciate, yeah, because again, from the intellect or because we want to see it with our physical eyes. And I know now that so much happens in the seminars that I think I was able to relax more because I always knew it wasn't what I was saying. in the seminars, or like I tell you here, or what I share here, is not what the information that comes out. It is about the cleaning that happens in the room. So I think that I got it more at a conscious level, that I allow myself to even relax more. I never prepare for a seminar. I never prepare because I never know. But, you know, sometimes I'm more conscious of things that I have to deliver, at least, yeah, for the intellect. And this time I even forgot things that people had to tell me. Mabel, we didn't do the pendulum. We didn't do, okay, let's do the pendulum. And the seminar was almost over. But the most important is to be able to allow, for God to guide us. What is it that we need to do? What is it that we need to say? What is it that we need to get? Yeah, the gifts. To be able to be open for the gift. And I also asked people, to answer honestly if there were some people in the room that were still engaging with the fear, because that gave us the opportunity. There were 2 or 3 people, I don't know if they were the brave ones, to accept it, to come out, with their truth, or maybe there were more and that they didn't want to say it. But that gave us also the opportunity to cling with that, the opportunity to work on that, yes, and do our part on that too, because we are all one. Okay, so trusting in my, let's see what I said about trusting in my zero frequency book. But again, this is the trusting. I've been touching it for many, many years. In all the books, you are gonna find the word trust. So maybe you want to read it this way. If you bought it in Kindle, if you have a digital format, maybe you want to do that. Okay. So one is, well, the first one is chapter 1. It says, trust the universe is waiting for you. Really. I mean, it couldn't be a better title. It's not because it's my book. Let me tell you. The universe is waiting for you. What are you going to trust or not? Okay. Trust is the magic word. Chapter 6. Well, chapter 6 is practice taking leaps of faith. Yeah. And one of the subtitles, yeah, or one of the sections in that chapter 6 is trust is the magic word. And then on chapter 10, practice abundance, self-worth and trust are keys to success. And we know that. Okay, so it says, thank you to my students around the world for your commitment and trust. My organizers around the world. Oh, I mentioned even trust in my acknowledgements. Okay. When we let go and trust it, in my own life, I experienced the transformational power of practicing Ho'oponopono. In times of pain and uncertainty, this process held me as though I was a young child and carried me to my true self. When I let go and trusted this path, everything became easier. Money flowed to me, opportunities show up in my inbox. I enjoy harmony in my close relationships. My days were full of work. I loved so much it did not seem like work. Okay? So one thing that I'm going to tell you now is that what I noticed by doing the Spanish class, the same as is that every time that I read the word trust, it was an experience of mine. Yeah, so that I can share with you based on my own experience or my students' experience. Yeah. Letting go of how you will get there, you move confidently towards your heart desires. You trust and allow the frequency itself to take you places and to open doors for you. Doors you never imagined you could walk through. At zero, you are your own rhythm. You know you have no limits. Answers and solutions just pop into your mind. You know things that you are not sure how you know them. At zero, you are truly happy and at peace with yourself, your loved ones, your community, and the world. See why it's so important? Right now, you might be thinking, this doesn't sound easy at all. After all, up until now, discovering who you are has not been a simple task. I'm hoping you will trust me to see this book through to the end so that you can experience zero frequency yourself. And by the way, tomorrow I have a webinar because I added the fourth class to the webinar Finding Your Purpose. I added the fourth class with just me because I wanted to give Sandra, and we had also Carol, the two queens of these profiles. And they had such useful and great information that I didn't want to take any time. The third class was going to be like a combination. I said, no, 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 no. We want to hear you guys. I was learning so much. It gives you so much clarity of who you are, how you act, and also how you the relationship with others. Yeah. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna add a fourth class, and I'm gonna do it on Sunday. That it will be more a better time slot for some people in Europe or things like that. So tomorrow at 11 a.m. Los Angeles. Okay. So I'm hoping you will trust me to see. Okay. Next. Trust, let go, connect, and allow the power of zero to transform your life. Are you ready to be reborn and connect with all your potential? I celebrate your awakening along with your commitment to take responsibility for your spiritual growth, your happiness, peace, awareness, freedom, and abundance. You are about to take an incredible journey to consciousness. I'm happy to play a small part. Let's begin. This part I didn't read in the Spanish. Okay, so now comes the trust. The universe is waiting for you. Chapter 1. It said, I stopped paying attention to other people's opinions and judgments. I forgave. I realized I didn't have to be perfect and started accepting myself just the way I was. I paid more attention to my heart desires and opened my mind and just to let go and trust. If you are looking for the easiest way to happiness, peace, and abundance, I highly recommend this path. Next. We let go and trust that the universe knows what is right and best, and the best way to achieve it. I don't know what I was referring to. How we do? The easiest way is to take it one step further and co-create with the part of us that knows better. How do we do that? We realize we don't know as much as we think we know. We let go and trust that the universe knows what is right and the best way to achieve it. We observe, let go, stay at zero, and allow the path to become clear. So maybe it is our love and trust in what we do and what we have to offer that works even better than a business plan. So I think this is regarding in Holland when somebody says, what? So you don't prepare a business plan? I say, what if the business plan comes from inspiration? Or I tell the story of somebody that got a loan and didn't have a business plan, but the banker said, I'll give you the money because of your enthusiasm, because you believe so much in your project. Yeah. So it could be that businesses we can run in a different way now. Yeah. They call it conscious business. Okay. However, when you practice and let go and start seeing the results, you keep letting go and trusting. You will like it. You will like it because suddenly doors will open effortlessly. All you have to do is walk through them. You will be in the perfect flow. I had to trust guidance from the universe. Okay, so he says, some people advised me against leaving my job, but I knew I had to trust guidance from the universe. What happened next surprised all of the naysayers in my life. What happened next? My accounting practice became successful almost overnight. Clients came to me out of nowhere without any effort from me. My phone started ringing with people who needed help. They came to me through word of mouth. I know it may seem unbelievable, at the time, even I was in awe of what was happening. A small part of me still wondered if letting go and co-creating with God would work every time. Was this just a fluke? I don't need to answer that, no? Some people advise, oh no, why it didn't move? Okay, so I closed my accounting office, and now I'm in another time of my life of trusting, yes, leaving now the stable career. I closed my accounting office and I dove wholeheartedly into my passion. Once again, I trusted my heart. I let go and I let God. I had another opportunity to start fresh, to start from zero. One of the best gifts the universe could have given me. Please know I had never taken any training in public speaking or writing books. To this day, people from all over the world are constantly telling me how much my books changed their lives. They have been translated and published in almost 20 languages. The emails with invitations from all over the world and offers to license my books never stopped coming since I left my accounting career back in 2008. So everything, I always tell you that everything is an email. Nothing that I could plan, nothing that I can imagine or visualize. Just focus on the present, let go and trust. It is okay if you don't have all of the answers. It is okay if you don't know how you are going to realize your dreams. Leave that to the universe. I realize you may not know how to do that yet. That's okay. This book will show you how. And it does. And it gives you a lot of different ways of practicing trusting and really trusting. Okay, let's see. As you read this book, you will learn many ways to connect. Simply turn to the Connect to Zero Frequency section at the end of most chapters. At first, you may think this is not working. Keep going, keep practicing. The more you let go and trust, the more rewards you will receive. So if you read my book, you know that at the end of many of the chapters, I said how to connect to zero, yes, or connect to zero frequency. And I give you plenty of ideas of how to do it, because the most important of zero frequency is that it's a journey. So while you are in the journey, how you come back to zero moment by moment, how you can be present and alert to realize when you are not at zero. Okay. And you know the book comes with 10 videos too, to accompany you, to support you on the journey. Zero frequency is an experience. At zero, inspiration, God shows up, offering you perfect ideas and solutions. Once you start trusting the universal truth, you can relax, knowing that you are not alone. You have the support of the entire universe. Now you know you can choose zero. You are at long last free to enjoy and experience the mystery and magic of life. Okay. I'm wondering why I didn't see all this. It didn't show up in my Spanish, because I'm reading a lot of things that I didn't read in the Spanish. Think back to a time when you allow yourself to simply be you, trusting yourself and the goodness of the universe. Try to recall a moment when you follow your heart and make decisions based on your natural sense of knowing, believing that your choices were right even though you couldn't explain why. When you felt this way, you were living in the state of zero frequency, and you were truly, authentically yourself. It is much easier. Okay, so great is our fear of rejection that the vast majority of us are willing to become whomever we feel others need us to be in order to be accepted, instead of trusting in our own being in the truth of who we are and what feels right in our hearts. Yeah? So we need to start trusting ourselves more, putting ourselves first. That's not being selfish. That's wrong. Definitely, there is a part of us that knows. As I shared earlier, some years later, I left my accounting practice to do exactly that. I was finally trusting and living my soul's purpose. All that self-help training I had taken for myself, for my own growth. I never took any training with the thought that I wanted to teach or even change careers. I just started promoting and organizing for teachers whose training had made a profound difference in my life. This is so, so important because it's like I put myself in the flow and everything was kind of falling into place. No, because I didn't plan to do what I'm doing now. Yeah, I want for me, again, I was an accountant. I learned early on this new career of mine how right my teacher had been because this has to do, I had to read what was before. Remember that I always share with you, you just have to be yourself. That's the advice that Dr. Ihaliakala Hulen gave me. So I said, I learned early on, on in this new career of mine how right my teacher had been. When I worry about preparing to give talks, he told me to trust myself and speak from the heart. He explained that I would lose my spontaneity, if I plan what I would say. When I let go and allow the words to flow, knowing I was being my pure self in the moment, the right and perfect words for that moment and for that audience came to me. That's why we always say there are no accidents who comes to the training, who is there, who didn't come, who could have a problem last minute or something like that, because the universe is perfect. We are taught that trusting our heart is a form of weakness. So we disregard the very voice we should be listening to, the voice of our inspiration. What about, are your feelings helping you return to self? What about your thoughts, your habits? The simple act of noticing these things will help you break free from that which is not authentically you. You can repeat mentally, I let go and trust, I let go and trust, I let go and trust, I let go and trust. The more that you practice, the more natural. And that helps you to be more present, to let go, to be in that flow. Because they don't trust, most people don't answer the call or create the thing or follow their yearning for something new. Why? Trying to read a paragraph that makes sense, yes? Because they don't trust it. They want to assess their inspiration with the conscious mind. But you cannot apply logic to the divine. It just is, and it's perfect. I share the story. You remember my story with the vanilla ice cream and my inner child? Well, you have to read it in the book. But I just said maybe I was going nuts. But at that moment, I decided to show my inner child that I trusted. When you show that you trust the universe, your inner child, subconscious mind, and everything will work for you, will really help you. And then here it says, always trust your own inspiration. By trusting what feels right in your heart, not your intellect. The secret is to act without thinking. That is inspiration. For example, if a snake crosses your path, do you jump or do you think? If you think, you won't jump in time. Yeah? The snake will bite you before you make your decision. And this you know for sure. You don't want the snake to bite you. So you understand? When we go, it's like When we go into the thinking, we go into the worry, like we lose. And more in the times that we are living right now. If we go into that, we are going to lose. I had several significant experiences of this sort, and every time I trusted the uncertain, the unknown, hold on, the unknown, and the unexplainable, the results were amazing. I learned to trust and follow my heart rather than my intellect. What my intellect was telling me made every bit of common sense. However, what my heart was telling me was to trust, let go, and go for it. Remember when I tell you, you have to jump. Life is about jumping, and you have to trust that there will be a net or you will learn how to fly on the way. Okay, one more. I learned to trust and follow my heart. Oh, it's the same. I don't know why it doesn't change when I do it. Okay. At each step of the way, I let go, trusted, and tapped into inspiration. So this is repeating what we already know, yes? I have to trust, I have to let go to allow inspiration to come. Otherwise, inspiration cannot come. And we keep replaying, and we don't know why our lives don't change. I had heard this wisdom several times before, and though I trusted him, what am I talking about? At a particular event, my teacher talked about the importance of taking 100% responsibility for everything in our lives. I had heard his wisdom several times before, and though I trusted him, I hadn't taken it in fully. I wasn't happy. I was a person who was always trying to change the people around me, and I was never satisfied with what I had materially. I tried to make things happen my way. I was right, and everybody else was wrong. Then suddenly I understood. And I thought, if I created everything and I'm 100% responsible, that means I can change it. And that had to do with trusting too. Okay, and this one is the case of Romania. Remember the case of the Romanian sisters that came, that at the end of the Ho'oponopono training, they came to the front to talk to me after the training was over, and she was very upset at me because she said that she came for me to heal her sister that had a mental problem. And she says, I heard that your teacher, healed a whole, mental hospital. So I came for you to heal my sister. And she says, and all day you were talking about no expectations. So anyway, at one point I look at her sister, and I said, your sister looks okay. She even looks happy. You want to be normal like you? And be disappointed and angry and this and that? So anyway, I was surprised, but she came back, the next day. She came to the Sunday training, to our zero frequency training. And in that training, we interact with others, we do exercises, processes, and things like that. And we also dance in that one, and, a lot of things happen. She had signed something that she didn't want to be in the videos, yeah? But the last day she danced so much, they participated in the dancing, so much. And I said, what do I do with the videos? And then she said, no problem, I'll sign, you can have my videos too. Okay, but the most important was this. The sister that seemed to have a mental problem was doing the processes too. I was in the front looking, like not understanding. She was working with one-on-one with somebody and looking like she was doing the exercises. I said, what's going on here? But the most incredible thing was when at the end, this sister that was so disappointed and things like that, she told me, Mabel, I always wanted to be a dancer. But my father said, no, you cannot be a dancer. You have to find a real job, a real career. You know, you're not going to have enough to eat if you go for that. And she went for medicine. She became a doctor, yeah, to please the father, or she bought into that, and she was very unhappy. So she told me, Mabel, now I am going to go dancing. So when she tells me that, I said, wonderful, and that's an activity you can actually share with your sister. You both can go together. She says, no, Mabel, I'm going for professional dancing. I am going to dance professionally on stage. So she wasn't for recreation. Oh, I go dancing because I love it, because it gives me so much happiness. No, no, she was going to go now for dance, to dance, to do professional dancing. Okay, so I think it's amazing what happens when you trust, when you let go of expectations and things like that. Okay, so anyway, I keep going and going, but you get the idea. Yes, it's so important that you trust. So, so, so important. So again, trusting cannot be taught. um, I don't know if you remember that I shared with you that once Tony Robbins approached me because he found out about the Ho'oponopono and he wanted to know about it. And I actually told him, I said, Tony, Napoleon Hill was very spiritual, and you left all the spirituality out. And he said, oh, Mabel, I had to get to a lot of people. And I said, you did a great job. So I read once, Napoleon Hill, and I actually, if I would have continued, I would have found that to read to you in the Zero Frequency book that I share about, Napoleon Hill. And he says that trusting is key to succeed. It's a very important part, or a key. Um, and, and he says that is cannot be taught, but it's like auto-suggestion. And that's when I tell you that you just go, you fake it till you make it. Yeah, I let go and trust, I let go and trust, I let go and trust. And then you start seeing the results. And guess what? You're gonna really let go and trust. You're really going to let go. Okay? So I want you to take good care of yourself. I hope I see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Los Angeles. I mean, you can be in the part 4. We are going to work on mission statement, getting more clear in our purpose with everything that we already gotten. But you have, when you sign up, before, first of all, I put the original reduced price with the discount that we had initially. It's going to be only for 24 hours. And I added a 4th class because we were going to have only 3 classes. So if this resonates with you, tomorrow at 11, we work on our mission statement. We are going to work on all these of the trusting, getting more clarity, and you get access to the 4 classes, yes, because they were all recorded. So you are getting the 4 classes, and then you can listen or watch it anytime. Even if you cannot be live tomorrow, I mean, you will have the 4 classes recorded, and you can do it at your own pace whenever it works for you. So that is regarding that. And then October 24th, Miami, we are doing a Ho'oponopono training. Will be bilingual. I'm gonna do it in English with Spanish translation. Okay, so October 24th we already have people, because we already had people sign up for the trainings we were going to do in Las Vegas and in Miami. Now we are concentrating everything in Miami, but remember, they are allowing us only 70 people. So don't wait. If this resonates, jump for tomorrow class, jump for my Q&A, to belong to our Ho'oponopono family. And I don't know exactly what day, but I think Tuesday the 29th, if I'm not, I think Tuesday the 29th, we have our monthly Q&A. I answer all your Ho'oponopono questions in that class. So, and you get all the resources like the private forum, the sacred forum that cleans 24/7. You put your requests there, and then you have my weekly inspirational audios and the inspirational daily inspirational cards, and you have the library and many other things. So there is plenty. We have for all tastes. yes, whatever resonates with you. But I hope to see you either tomorrow or at the Q&A, at the monthly Q&A, or in Miami, October 24th. Don't wait, okay? Show the universe you trust. Jump. Okay, we are gonna say the piece of I to finish. Peace be with you, all my peace. Sometimes I couldn't say it. Yeah, I said it right, but peace be with you, all my peace. The peace that is I, the peace that is I am, the peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace I give to you, my peace I live with you. Not the world's peace, but only my peace, the peace of I. See you soon. Thank you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for being you. Okay? Trust, trust, trust. No other way right now. Just stay, hold God's hand, okay? And remember, you have the gold ring too to protect yourself. Nothing to worry about. Love you guys. Bye.